Ada was a final-year university student. She was brilliant, focused and determined, but very poor. Life hadn't been fair to her. Most mornings, she went to class on an empty stomach. Most nights, she slept hungry, but she never complained. She had one goal: finish school, get a job, and change her story. One afternoon, while walking back from a long lecture, she saw a man sitting near the campus gate. His clothes were dusty, his slippers worn out. He sat there every day, silent, unnoticed, almost like he didn't exist. People walked past him without a glance. But for some reason, Ada couldn't ignore him. There was something about him, maybe the sadness in his eyes. She had just one small pack of rice. That was all she had eaten all day. But something in her heart pushed her. She knelt beside him and quietly dropped half of it on a piece of nylon. Her friend, Angel, who was walking beside her, stopped in shock. "What is wrong with you, Ada?" Angel snapped. "You're already poor, and now you're feeding a beggar." Ada didn't reply. She just looked down and smiled softly. "He looks hungry." Angel hissed loudly, gave her a dirty look, and walked away. She didn't speak to Ada again after that day. Their friendship ended just like that. But Ada didn't regret it. That small moment sparked something. The beggar, whose name was David, began to open up slowly, carefully. They talked more and more. She shared parts of her life, and he listened closely, never judging her, never interrupting. And though he barely spoke about himself, Ada felt safe around him. She didn't care what others thought she had found something real. Weeks passed. Their bond grew stronger. People mocked her, called her names. But Ada ignored them. David wasn't just some beggar to her. He was kind, thoughtful, different. Then suddenly, he vanished. One rainy evening after her final exam, she rushed to the gate, but he wasn't there. She waited for hours. The next day, still nothing. It was like he disappeared without a trace. Ada was heartbroken. Weeks later, a black car pulled up in front of her hostel. A man in a black suit stepped out and handed her a sealed envelope. No words, no explanation, just a nod. She opened it. Inside was a handwritten note. "I'm sorry I left. I had to disappear, but I didn't forget you. Come if you still believe in us." Below the message was an address. At first she thought it was a joke, but something in her chest told her it was real. She took a deep breath and decided to go. The address led her to a massive mansion so big she thought it was a hotel. Security guards opened the gate and led her inside, and then she saw him. Clean haircut, expensive suit, polished shoes. David. "Ada," he said softly, "I'm sorry I didn't tell you the truth." She froze, completely confused. "I'm not just David," he continued. "I'm David Obinna. My family owns several companies. I was tired of being treated like money. I wanted to know what it felt like to be invisible, to find someone who truly saw me. That's how I found you." Ada's voice trembled. "So you were just pretending all along?" "I was searching for something real," he replied, "and I found it in you." She looked at him for a long moment and then slowly stepped back, shaking her head. "You should have told me," she said quietly, tears forming in her eyes. David tried to speak, but it was too late. She turned around and began walking toward the gate. No one stopped her. As she disappeared through the gates, David stood frozen. Then he snapped. "Are you all mad?" he shouted, spinning toward the staff. "How could you let her walk away like that? Why didn't any of you stop her?" Everyone froze. He turned to his bodyguard. "Get the drivers. Prepare every car. I don't care how long it takes. We're going to search every street, every corner, until we find her." "Yes, sir," the guard shouted and ran off. "You," he barked at another. "Call the security office. Check traffic cameras. I want every possible route covered." David stormed back into the mansion, breathing heavily. He ripped off his suit jacket and flung it onto the floor. Then he grabbed his car keys from the glass table and rushed out again. Outside, the compound had come alive. Engines were revving, lights flashing, 5 luxury vehicles lined up like a royal convoy. A sleek Rolls-Royce Phantom glowing under the lights. A bulletproof Mercedes Maybach S680 polished like a mirror. A fiery red Ferrari SF90 low and growling. A bold Lamborghini Urus, aggressive and fast. And a deep black Range Rover Autobiography, tough and ready. David stepped into the Maybach, the center of the formation. His driver shut the door with precision. Then, one by one, the cars began rolling out. This wasn't just a drive, this was a mission. David's heart was racing, and he wasn't going to stop until he found her. To be continued.